So on that note,
let's see if they can turn two. There's one, and there's two.
Pretty big fish to fry. That's pretty big fish to fry. My. That's pretty big fish to fry. That's pretty big fish to fry. My. Last weekend I barely thought I'd make it out alive. Told myself I'd take time and give the world a try. I was alive. My.
hello everybody. It is Tuesday, June the 6th. 2017. You're checking out the premier sports and beer podcast with roots in New Jersey, but coming to you from all over this great country. It's the Turn 2 podcast. Thanks for taking the time, everybody. Listeners from all over the country, we definitely do appreciate it. Before we get started tonight, I do want to give one little shout out. We are down a man tonight because the white man had a baby. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. the White Man for bringing young William into the world. We do definitely appreciate that. William Archie into the world. So we're not as popular as Kirk Herbstreit, but we do give you our little shout out and welcome you into the Turn 2 family. It's all downhill from here, boys. So we'll just start there. So as we introduce everybody, let's start here.
Why don't you go back home to your street malls and drink your Zimas and Smirnoff Ices? Oh yeah! The greatest beer in Orange River!
Somebody from the bar.
Yeah, I like cool beverage, yeah. I like cool beverage, yeah. I like cool beverage, yeah. Cause I'm feeling kind of party. Stick it in the fridge, 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 stick it in the fridge.
All right, it's panel time. Boys, what are we drinking? Paulie, let's start with you from Whippany.
What's up, Jeff? I got a Defiant Brewing Company Medusa IPA tonight.
Don't stare at the label.
I tried not to. They actually say don't stare directly into the glass because it has a frightening amount of hops. It's pretty good. It's a 6.8%er. Defiant Brewing right over the Jersey-New York border in Pearl River. It's a pretty cool brewery if you go there when their grill's open. They do some pretty good barbecue. I know Brett's been there.
Big fan.
Big
Shocker.
fan. Their food, their wings might actually be better than their beer.
That's not a might, Paul. Their wings are better
But
than
the beer, the IPA is pretty solid.
Do they cook their wings with their beer? Is that part of the deal, or is it?
No, they have this sick dry rub on there that's just far and away. You need the beer to get it down. It's got some kick to it.
Would you say that you're a big fan of dry rub?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
You're not
That was a passive yes.
You're not gonna give me that soundbite, huh? You're not...
No, get to Nick and his fucking lotion.
Nick joining us from Parsippany?
Yeah, I'm in Parsippany, yep.
All right, with the Halo headset. Welcome. Congratulations on the college graduation.
And thank you.
And the tour through Europe.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Are you drinking a Peroni tonight? What are you drinking?
No, my dad just refilled his kegerator Miller Lite, so I got a Miller Lite.
With a nice AFC East glass there that you're
Garbage.
Yeah.
Total garbage. Yampo.
What up?
From the nation's capital, where we have one listener.
This place is a fucking dump. Fuck. Trump's ruining my ratings. I'm drinking a Schafferhofer. Schafferhofer. It's a big Hefeweizen grapefruit beer imported from Germany. I got it for my wife, and this was the last one.
Why don't you go back home to your street malls and drink your Zimas and Smirnoff Ices? Oh yeah!
That's how I feel after I take a sip.
Yeah, well, that's how you look. So it's good.
When in Rome.
But welcome. Brett, what do you got, pal?
So I told the story last week on the show that there was one beer left in my house.
And you were like, I don't know how they could have made this beer taste like this. It's the only beer in my fridge.
It's crazy because that was the only beer left in my house, and I haven't done anything to improve that situation.
Come on.
So I'm drinking a Pinot Noir from Oregon.
Wait,
Hey,
hold
that's
on.
a great wine.
I went down to the wine cellar, which is just my basement, and I got a bottle of wine, and I
Bottle
brought
of
it
red.
upstairs.
You gonna fall asleep
And,
by 8:30?
Yeah, but I come alive at 9. So
You gotta
watch
throw a
out for
little Coca-Cola in. That's a little Phil Morano trick right there. Throw a little Coca-Cola
that.
in there.
Peek behind the curtain. But Jeff, this weekend, Magnify's doing a release Friday, and other half is doing a release Saturday. I'm gonna get to one of them. So next week I'll be stacked up with beer, and if I go to Magnify, you're gonna get some.
That's good because
So-
I've got 8 beers sitting here for you, and I have a half a case of Morning Bell that you can have some of too.
So you guys are going to 2 breweries on consecutive days.
No. I'm trying to get to one of them. I'll either.
I
go
thought you were going to go Friday and then again Saturday.
No, I'll either get to Magnify Friday.
Back to back.
Tanaka
Kind of
sucks.
belly to belly.
I can't stand
Fucking
Tanaka.
you know
Can
what?
we talk
Pay
about
attention.
this?
I know. Hold on. Let's just jump.
We're aggravated already. What happened?
We just started. Let's just jump in.
And good evening, everybody. And despite the fact that I have just knocked a cup of coffee in my lap and a suit that's just out of the cleaners, it's great to be home.
And his first pitch to D. Gordon is almost on the kneecaps for ball 1. D just did get out of the way.
It's the first pitch.
All right. I love that song and I like getting into it, but I decided that today's first pitch was going to be dedicated to LeBron James, who's been complaining for as long as you can imagine on the court when he doesn't get the calls he gets. And he's going up against a super team. And, well, LeBron, you've created this monster. You're the reason that the league is the way that it is. And so this one's for you.
Whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news, every day I am. I don't know, it's just the way I am.
You alright? I learned it by watching you.
LeBron James, you are the kid that sits in the house and does drugs, and the father comes up to him and says, where did you learn how to do all this? And the kid looks at the father and says, oh, here's your stash of drugs. You created this mess, LeBron. You set this up in 2010 when you and your boy D Wade and tag-along Chris Bosh decided that you were going to go down together. You were going to take your talents to South Beach. There have been teams that have had superstars before, teams that have been drafted with superstars and grown together. But you changed the entire pace, the entire narrative of the game of basketball when you and your idiot friends decided that you were going to take over the league. And so now it's only poetic justice that you have to go against what some people are calling the greatest team of all time. We'll get to that later on tonight. But you created it. They learned it by watching what you did. And so it is absolutely poetic justice for you to take your own medicine and get smacked around by Kevin Durant and Steph Curry in the finals. So enjoy being second place. Enjoy all those comparisons to Jordan. That'll fade away because you absolutely will not be able to beat this team. It's clear after 2 games. And we'll all enjoy watching fouls be called every 10 seconds. And that is tonight's first pitch. Comments, boys.
He wasn't the first person. Boston started it with Pierce, Garnett, and Allen, no?
Those were trades.
Yeah, but that was the first super team that he couldn't beat. So he decided to join up with Wade and Bosh, and that was kind of the domino that fell. No?
Well, they were trades, though. So those guys didn't decide to leave and sign free agent contracts. Those were deals that teams made to get those guys together.
I guess.
But those guys orchestrated it. It was Kevin McHale, a former Celtic, sending Garnett to the Celtics, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know that's what happened, but I find it hard to believe that Kevin McHale, who was being paid by Minnesota, was legitimately doing the Celtics a solid. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean, is it unethical? Highly, but I mean, how much did the Timberwolves benefit from that trade?
I don't even remember. To be honest with you, I have no idea.
Well, I'll give you a hint. Not well. Not well at all. So
They ended up drafting 2 point guards in the same draft, right?
Here's what I don't understand.
Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I don't understand, Jeff.
Yeah.
LeBron was running his mouth about the super team and blah, 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 blah. And then, we got Darren Williams. Like, look at the guys around him. I mean, if you've watched these last 2 games, I mean, LeBron still had a triple-double last night, 2 nights ago. Still had a triple-double.
Yeah, it's great.
And yet nobody around him can do shit. I mean, Kevin Love came in. He looks terrible. I mean, he looks terrible. It looks like Brett's face right now watching the Yankees.
No, I turned off the Yankees.
Terrible.
Tanaka's trash.
Okay. And then when Kyrie doesn't show up, he literally has no one to pass to. I mean, I've been watching the scrubs on the Cavs because, unfortunately for me, I'm an idiot, and I've been betting on these games, which is a whole nother story we can talk about later.
Of course, yeah.
So I've been watching all these scrubs come in. I mean, they truly have no one past, like, Love, Kyrie, and LeBron. Yeah. Those bells are going off in my household.
But here's the thing, right? Because we've jumped right into the actual finals talk. So let's not even talk about LeBron. Is there any way that you see, because I did a lot of thinking about this, and I'm going to throw it out to everybody else to see if anybody has any thoughts. Is there any way that the Cavaliers can actually, forget about come back and make it competitive, is there any way that they can maybe beat this Golden State team?
In like one game, yeah, they can beat them in a game.
I'm talking. Is there any way they can win the series? If you were Ty Lue and you were coaching this team, what would be your strategy? Because clearly what you're doing is not working. So what would be your strategy going forward to try to beat this team?
I don't have one, and I don't think anybody does. Because if anybody did have one, they would have done it already. You can't. Last year I think Cleveland was pretty successful in the fact that after Draymond got suspended, they did a good job of shutting down Curry and Thompson. So the Splash Brothers were down and Draymond was out. And that's all well and good. But then there's Kevin Durant just sitting there draining threes at 7 feet tall. So there isn't a way to stop them. They're too good offensively.
The only thing you can do is kind of preach that step under, close out when they shoot their threes and hope everyone on the freaking Warriors rolls their ankle. That's the only chance you have.
The old Bruce Bowen.
The old Zaza Pachulia.
That guy hasn't even seen the floor, but for what, 5 minutes a game?
Well, it's because he doesn't have to step out and hurt anybody. Nick, any idea how you could stop him?
It's one of those things where if you look at last year, they won in 7 games, and they had to claw from by their fingernails to get to that win in Game 7. And that was pretty much the same team, and now you just added the second best player in the league to that team. So to me, it's like the only thing you can do is force them to shoot threes and pray that they're all cold on the same night, which is probably not going to happen, obviously. So I don't think there's any chance.
Yaps?
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, obviously I've been watching more basketball because I am a gambling degenerate, but I just don't see how you stop this. I mean, the guys don't miss. They don't miss. And if like Nick, like you said, if KD starts missing, then Curry picks it up. If Curry's missing, then KD picks it up. If both those guys are missing, then DJ K. Slay is picking it up. Or Draymond Green is dropping something ridiculous from behind the arc with 4 fouls early in the game. I mean, it's silly. It's not even fun to watch. And they were trying to make such a spectacle of the amount of points that were being scored the other night. It's just garbage. It's just terrible. There's just zero defense.
Well, I'm glad you went there because that's actually the thing that I was thinking about, and I think you're gonna love this. I don't know if anybody else will, but I think you're gonna.
I didn't love it Tuesday.
I think you're gonna love my solution, right? A lot of times in the NFL, what you'll see is some of these high power offenses. The game plan to beat them is to keep the offense off the field, right? So you see these teams that are running the ball. They're milking the clock. They're using as much time as they can per possession to try to keep the high-powered offense off the floor. If I'm Ty Lue, what I'm doing is I am, as ridiculous as this is going to sound, I'm going old school triangle, and I'm putting LeBron in the block, and I'm letting him pound against whoever's there, and I'm spacing the floor out with J.R. Smith and Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, and I'm just milking 22 out of 24 seconds on every single possession, and I'm pounding the rock into the post. And I'm going old school 90s basketball and just going from inside out. And I'm literally slowing the game down to a pace that everybody other than people in Cleveland are going to hate because they can't run with them. They can't do it. So don't even attempt it. That's the problem, is they're trying to score 135 points a night and they're just not built to do it. Am I insane? To me, that seems like it's the only possible option.
Yeah, the reason I think that could work is because if you think about it, even looking at game 2, they were close at halftime. They're only down by 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So they were in the game because LeBron had all his energy. He was driving to the hoop, like you're saying, and they're pounding the rock, slowing the game down. But what happens is they get exhausted in the second half. That leads to them making bad passes, a lot of turnovers. And what happens with turnovers? The Warriors have breakaways and dunks, and that's when the game gets out of hand.
Well, I don't even think it's dunks. I mean, yeah, but this is going to drive you nuts. But do you remember somehow in game 2, Curry's on a fast break, and somebody reaches out, like literally 2 feet after half court, reaches out to intentionally foul him to slow the play down, and he puts a 3 up, and they give him 3 shots. So even when you're trying to slow the game down by fouling him, like they're chucking shots up and they're getting 3 shots. That's insane. Like, what the hell are we? Why is that a call?
That call's stupid. I think everybody agrees on that.
But they make it all the time. They make it all the time.
They do, because there's like I'll tell you honestly, Kobe Bryant made a living out of this as well, and it's a little different in the scenario you're talking about.
When you were a Lakers fan?
Yeah. This is, and it's a little different what you're saying because he's trying to stop Curry, but all you have to do is create that contact and throw up a shot, and that's the rule. The rule is if you're in the act of shooting, right. And it's there's got to be a way to manipulate that a little bit better to kind of define that a little tighter. Because I agree with you, those shots are just absolutely ridiculous.
This team doesn't need help scoring points.
Yeah, no. Exactly. You should probably have like 20 instant replay challenges per half per team. Right? That would help.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
It's like insane. I mean, the guy whiffs. By the way, how many legitimate bad calls have there been in the first 2 games? Like I said, I'll defer to you guys because you watch a lot more basketball, but I've seen a lot of calls that guys actually haven't even been touched, or like a guy like rolled his own ankle and it looked like he got. It's crazy.
I think the issue is like they've gone so far away from what everybody on this panel at least knew as basketball, and so like. They'll go the entire game calling these ticky-tack fouls, and then at a certain point they'll call nothing. And so there's no flow to it. You have no idea what the hell's going on. You look at some of this footage from the 80s and the 90s, and they're beating the hell out of each other, and you had to earn baskets. And now that's just not the case. I feel like now so much of the strategy in the game is to draw fouls that wouldn't have been fouls 10, 15 years ago. It's crappy. It's crappy.
Back when men were men.
I don't even think it's that, but it's just for some reason, obviously the audience is drawn to that because otherwise they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, now they're drawn to watching LeBron fucking whine about every fucking non-call or call. It's insane.
Which he does. He whines nonstop.
It's garbage. I never really picked up on it until I watched the Boston series, and I'm like, why is he just fucking bitching about everything? It's like, come on, just play the fucking game.
It's not just LeBron.
I hate basketball.
What do you mean it's not just LeBron?
Everyone complains about calls. See, everyone on every team, they think they should get every single call.
You're right.
A little contact, they can't take it. I mean, man, fuck up.
Did anybody see Darren Williams the other night flop?
He's garbage.
He's terrible. I agree.
What happened to him?
But did you see him flop against his own teammate? Accidentally?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but hold on a second. He was legit. He was legit when he was with the Jazz, right? And then the Nets.
He was still legit with the Nets.
Then he went to the Nets and he played all right. But then it's like, then he just disappeared. I mean, I was watching him at the end of the game. I needed fucking eight to 10 points in the last 3 minutes of that game to hit the over. Okay, on Sunday night, and he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Looks like he's never dribbled a fucking basketball in his life.
He's logged in about 30 minutes, I think. He's like 0 for 10 shooting. I can do that.
It's so infuriating when you bet on the over and the game's out of hand and they pull everybody.
Your perspective is a little biased, I think. You have your own set of problems.
Why is that? What are you talking about?
You want to know? Do you want to know? You guys, some of you guys were on the text exchange. Some of you weren't.
Not so fast, Pat Sajak.
The last 3.5 minutes of that game for me on Sunday were the most fucking gut-wrenching 3 minutes of my life in the last 6+ months. Okay.
You got problem.
Yeah, I got a fucking problem. I got it. I'm trying to like
3 months ago, you were staring like a UNC game away from having to leave your house.
That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm here. I am in game. I lost. I had the Warriors -9 and the over. I'm sorry, and the under in a parlay. Super pumped about the 74 points in the first quarter. That was just fucking brilliant, right? Okay, so now I'm like, shit. This is not gonna. They're gonna crush it. So now I'm like looking for the right in-game line, which is always a fucking terrible idea. And so here I am down $360, putting $360 to win 300 on the in-game over/under of 242.5. 242.5. Seems reasonable. They get down to 3 minutes to go in the game, and it's out of hand. It's over. LeBron comes out. Everybody comes out in waves, in droves. The whole fucking floor changes. And now it's, Rutgers versus fucking Kentucky, Louisville, or Kentucky A&M from fucking Podunk, Appalachia. Okay? I need 10 fucking points in 3 minutes. You'd think they could do that. These are professional fucking basketball players. I've got $740 on the line.
That's about you.
It is about me. It's not about anybody else. Thankfully, some shitbird hit a 3 with like a minute to go from Cleveland. Some guy who has no business shooting from behind the arc hits a 3. I need 1 point. There's 1 possession left. Golden State has the ball. My heart is pounding. I just need a basket. And the guy just pulls up behind the arc and is just screwing around. I'm like, he's going to chuck a 3. He's totally chucking a 3. And what does he do? He chucks the 3 and drains it. And my emotions go from 0 to hero, and I go to bed soundly. But I was this close. This close. So those of you listening, if you want any in-game sports betting lines, don't call Jeff. Call me.
Can you name either of the people that made those shots?
I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you their numbers. I think the one guy in Cleveland has like a mulatto afro like thing going on. Is that not the
Iman Shumpert?
Is that not the
Iman Shumpert?
nomenclature?
I'm pretty sure everything about the last 5 minutes of this show is enough to get us like told that we're never allowed to do it.
What about sports gambling? Grow up. I'm just saying, basketball sucks. But
you don't bet on basketball. Don't bet on basketball, man.
Stop. Just stop doing it. Just stop betting. Like I don't understand why you can't.
Just
walk away. Just walk away.
I can't because it's like one of those things where it's like, God, if I put $100 down and I parlay it, I could win 3.
Or how about this? How about this? Just don't watch it.
No, I can't. And then I bet on hockey the other night too. I went against my own rule.
All right. Well, let's hold off on whatever.
I'm not segueing. I'm just telling you, we got a problem.
$100 that you lost on the hockey game.
We're gonna come up with a gambling segment.
I'm pretty sure that anytime you speak is the gambling segment, and you just look around the room. The rest of us just have our head in our hands. Like,
why? Why are you guys such pussies?
This is an issue. Oh my God, you're that guy at the bar. Well, you are that.
There's
guy
a reason why the house is successful, Dave. That's why we're pussies.
Thanks. That's why they're making a fucking movie with Will Ferrell and some shitbird.
Yeah.
About the house.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a reason why those casinos are so nice.
Yeah.
You're a pussy. Just have another shot. You won't have another shot. Just have a shot. It won't hurt you. Just try this drug. Just try this.
Oh, Jerry, don't make him do it.
What time are we calling them?
It's just a hooker. They have them tested. They're clean. Just try it once.
Okay, now you're taking a innocent sports gambling addiction into like hookers and drugs and other things.
Slippery slope. Kathy Griffin. That's how we get.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how we Next thing you know, I'll be holding a bloody Trump mask.
You never know.
Yeah, fucking F-list celebrity. She's totally irrelevant.
Anybody else have anything they actually want to talk about with the NBA Finals?
No, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to sweep?
I do not. I think Cleveland gets the next one, and then
yes,
Golden State gets the next 2.
Gentlemen's sweep.
I want to understand though how you, after all we just talked about, gambling piece aside, gambling rant aside,
right?
How can you honestly convince yourself that Cleveland's going to win a game at home?
2 things.
LeBron's good enough to win a game.
LeBron's the best player in basketball. And
not so far. He hasn't been.
That's not true. He's the best player. He's the best player on the floor.
Not so fast, Jeff Coviello.
Dave, are you saying that the torch has been passed from LeBron to Kevin Durant?
Yeah, Kevin
No
Garnett,
way.
actually. Yes.
No way.
But we're talking like New Jersey or Brooklyn Nets Kevin Garnett. We're not talking.
Exactly. No, we're talking Minnesota Timberwolves second run Kevin Garnett.
Here's my one question, Brett. Is Darren Williams still being paid by the Nets?
Yes.
Oh my God. Come on. No way.
Yes, he is.
How do I get on that program?
He's a genius.
I read the contract, Jeff. It's funny that you bring this up. Every 3 days, he costs us
I'm gonna throw up.
a first round pick.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Every 3 days, we just give a
gotta
first
get a
round
bucket.
away.
No,
It
it's
sucks.
not that, Nikki.
All
It's,
to Boston. All to Boston.
your dad's got to clean the tubes on the kegerator. That's all that is.
A little dirt in there.
How do I? Because LeBron's the best player in the league, and he's not going to get swept.
But he can't beat those 5 on the floor.
And then here's the second reason is Golden State knows they have it. They know that they have it, so they're not gonna put the pedal to the floor in both games in Cleveland, and they're gonna lose one, and that's just the way it is. And then they're gonna go home and they're gonna win, and then they're gonna go out and they're gonna party, and that's the end of it.
Because they'd rather win at home? Because that's how confident they are that you're throwing the whole mantra out of win the championship when you can, that they're so cocksure they're going to win that they want to win it at home.
I don't think they're gonna throw a game intentionally.
No, I don't either.
But I just think that they're gonna lose one because, and I think Jeff, this is what you're saying. Like the fire and passion to get it done in Cleveland isn't there for them.
Right.
They're talented enough to just be like, listen, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna play our game. If we just play our game, we're gonna win a game. We might win 2. We're gonna win 1. And we'll go back home and crush it.
I think they have to let Yampo know when they're going to throw that one game.
Yeah, that would be
so
ideal.
he can take the money line.
That would be ideal.
And the under.
I did so much research on the last 3 times these teams met in the finals, and none of those games went over 100 points except for the overtime game. So I'm like, But anyway, I don't think
None of them had Kevin Durant either.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm
Or
saying.
Kevin Garnett.
Hold on.
Listen,
Or Darren Williams. Don't forget
anything
him.
is possible.
Dude, game 1, Clay was like invisible. Draymond was barely there. It was basically KD and Curry verse, and they still fucking crushed them. Then Sunday night, everybody showed up, and it was like a total blowout.
Yeah, because they're better.
All right, fine. Nick's done. We're done with this. I don't get it.
I want to get the hockey so JP can call in.
Good point. It's a good point. Hockey, NHL, legitimately. I don't know how anybody could spend any time watching the NBA when the site that I saw the other night in the NHL finals was on. Even Charles Barkley basically sat on the stage and was like, the NBA product's trash compared to what I'm sitting here watching. So, hockey guy, take it. Tell us what we're not seeing that we need to pay attention to.
JP's not here.
It's on NBC, so we're actually seeing the games now.
Here's what I don't understand. The game Saturday night primetime, and they put it on NBC Sportsnet, and Paul can't find it, which is crazy. Okay? Monday night, they put it on fucking NBC. It should be the other way around.
Why isn't it just all on NBC?
Well, because, it's got to be, This Is Us and some children's dance show and some fucking asshole show where, some nobody gets to be a fucking celebrity judge. Has to be the primetime shit.
Whatever.
I think what you're seeing right now is what I told you was going on with Nashville the whole time. They are unbelievable at home. The atmosphere at home drives that team. And all of a sudden, Pekka Rinne has gone from 0 to hero in the last 2 games. He's playing so much better rebound control. He's keeping his stick on the ice. He's, he's just playing fundamentally.
Sure is. That big Pekka.
That huge Pekka.
Heyo.
Yeah, chicks dig a big Pekka.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
That was a sign at the game. That wasn't. I can't take credit for that. I think you're just seeing them really feed off the crowd and just play a hyped up game. I honestly think Pittsburgh's going to go back and they're going to win Game 5 at home. I think this series is going 7. I just don't see Nashville losing at home. They are continue to outscore teams substantially at home. I mean, 5-1 and 4-1, and it's going to be interesting to see if Nashville can somehow steal a game in Pittsburgh. Then it's over. It's over, Johnny, in 6.
But you think it's going 7?
I think it's going 7.
Which puts us in Pittsburgh, correct?
Yeah, Game 7's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. That'll be tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to play in that environment. I think Pittsburgh's having a really tough time figuring out how to play in that place. It's so fucking loud.
The awesome stuff too is like you see the shots of the streets. They're just packed with people. Like legitimately, I've said this a bunch of times. If Nashville had an ocean, it would be like the perfect place on earth because it's just so damn fun and cool.
That shot they keep showing of the street being packed, that's Broadway at the arena. So the front is the arena, and then all the way back like 4 or 5 blocks is to the bridge that goes to the Titan Stadium. Yeah. That's just all bars on both sides. Yep. So anybody who's not in the street is in the bars. It's insane.
No, it's awesome. And the town is awesome. Like,
oh yeah.
You haven't, if you're listening to this show right now and you haven't been to Nashville, you're a fool. Like that needs to be on your list. You need to get there as soon as possible. If you have any interest in any kind of live music or a bar scene, it's the place to be.
We also met these trashy girls from Manitowoc. Wisconsin.
Oh man, I got into a making a murder conversation.
This girl at the bar. We were talking, I guess, Making a Murderer. You guys have all seen that, right? On Netflix.
I refuse to watch that.
No.
Okay, well, anyway, this guy's from like Podunk, Manitowoc in Wisconsin. And Britt and I are talking about it. And we asked her where she's from. She's like, I'm from Manitowoc. And we're like, oh, Making a Murder. She was like furious with us, but
shocking.
I literally drove her away.
Yeah,
I got into a guilty versus not guilty.
Wouldn't be the first time Brett's interest lied with driving women away for stupid conversation.
Well, so true. So true.
Hey, no, we don't want to keep the attractive women around. We want to drive them away like an asshole. Anyway, Nashville, the whole. By the way, the whole thing of the Listerine thing. Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, that was funny.
That is so blown out of proportion because
share it. For those that are listening, don't know what it is. Share the story.
Right, so here's what happened at the end of the game. Subban at the end of Game 3 was talking shit to Gensel, Jake Gensel, and then he made a comment to Crosby on the way out. And then, the world's worst fucking color analyst, Pierre Maguire, said, oh, what'd you say to, hey, PK, what'd you say over there to Sydney?
That was a good impression.
Yeah, whatever. And he said, oh, he said something like I had bad breath. Like, you could tell Subban was just fucking around, right? He wasn't going to say what was really exchanged. He wasn't going to say what he said to Sydney or what Sydney said back to him. He was just, like, ad-libbing. It was Brett, was it not clear as day he was just screwing around?
Yeah, 100%.
And then the media takes that because the media is a bunch of savage fucking assholes who have nothing to write about.
Fake news.
And they create a story of, oh my God, Sidney Crosby said PK Subban had bad breath. And then they're like asking Crosby, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He made it up. Of course he made it up. He was laughing when he said it to fucking Pierre.
So fake news is what you're saying.
This is Trump's America. It's fake news.
Okay. What I really liked, there were several times during that game the other night that my wife was working on the computer and I was watching the game and I was like waking up my baby that was asleep upstairs. I was like, that was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Like I legitimately said several times during the game the other night, that was unbelievable. That one goal, I think it was the third goal from Nashville, where you may give me the names of the guys, but the one guy for the Predators was falling down and he flicks the puck to the guy that was just ahead of the defender and he takes it to the house. But I was just like, that's stuff that is on the championship highlight reel. I mean, like they just have a feel to me that Pittsburgh doesn't have, and maybe it'll run out, but it just seems to me like the entire playoff run they've had there is that they're the team of destiny for this year.
You wouldn't have said that after Game 1 and 2 in Pittsburgh, would you?
No, well, to be fair, I think they outplayed them, but the goaltender didn't show up, and then suddenly a switch flipped, and now he's back to playing great hockey.
Yeah, and Matt Murray is giving up some. I mean, a lot of these are good shots, but Matt Murray has been known to be able to beat in high glove.
Yeah, you gotta beat him there. Yeah,
it's all his fault. The crowd said so.
It's been the knock on him.
I have heard that the crowd does it
last year. But it's all his fault, yes. The Caps fans have been doing that for years, but not nearly as loud as Nashville has been doing it. But I think you're right. The goaltending switch is really making not a switch, but him kind of waking up and playing better is making a big difference. But I think in the first 2 games, Nashville didn't play that poorly.
They played solid defensively the first 2 games.
Yeah, they just had that bad, that third goal in the first period of Game 1 was just total bad luck. You know, and then next thing you know, you're down 3-0, and they even fought back. And that's when Jeff was first starting saying, "This is unbelievable."
Yeah, it's true. I mean, but you can't tell me that you're not watching that game as a casual hockey fan and watching the stuff that they did the other night and not get excited over it.
No, it's great. I mean, this is a great series for the casual fan. The NHL couldn't have asked for a better series, a better storyline with Nashville, a better storyline with Pittsburgh coming back for an opportunity to repeat, which hasn't happened in 12 plus years. I just think it's a great matchup. And you're right. You're a casual hockey fan, and your chips are all in.
I'm a casual hockey fan, and I'm a big basketball fan, and I'm way more into the NHL finals than I am the NBA.
Well, welcome to the dark side.
Wait till you start putting money on the games, Cove.
Listen, you have to have money to put money on the game. So
listen, I just knew that game was going to be more than 5 goals. I just knew it. I knew Nashville was going to come home and fucking tear it up. Pittsburgh didn't hold up their end of the bargain. They still hit the over, scored 6 goals, but it was a little nerve-wracking.
I thought you didn't bet on hockey.
I didn't until I was trying to bet myself out of a hole.
Which is what any good gambler does.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
You
I'm
keep
just basically
betting
all
yourself.
sense. You know, is the 1-800 gambling addiction line going to flash on here soon on my phone?
It's unbelievable.
Intervention. We're going to have an intervention. It's going to be like the A&E show.
You are
all going to show up, and Jerry Boyle's going to be like, "It's okay, get in the car."
Call him.
He's not going to pick up.
Call him. You can't make the comment and not call him. We told him we were going to call him. We got to get his fresh hockey take.
I don't think Jerry has hockey takes.
No, he
We'll
does.
ask him for one.
You know, I can search by GBO and it comes up in my phone. Jerry Boyle, and it says company, GBO.
All right. Oh, we're getting that feedback.
Yeah.
That's awful. Dave, pull it back a tad. There you go.
Your call has been forwarded.
Jerry, you're on notice, man. We're gonna call you every single until you pick up, and we're gonna share this out with your name attached to it.
Yeah, we are. That's a good idea.
And for those listeners that don't know who Jerry is, you're in for a treat when he answers the phone. That's all I
Think Paul Bearer and Danny DeVito as the Penguin in Batman.
who suddenly, like several years later, turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger from Twin / Bane from the new Batman.
More so like, Stallone from Rocky, like the new one. A little saggy, but still a little tone.
Not now. Now he's probably all toned up.
Uh-oh.
Come to bring your White Castle. Would you like some White
That sounded like Bane.
You were born with the cheeseburgers.
Hello, Batman.
They cook these cheeseburgers on onions.
Oh, Jerry.
I have no
Bad
hockey
impressions have started already.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like a mixture of Bad Bane and Sean Connery.
don't worry, Nick. You can hop off and play Call of Duty anytime you want.
What's your Oh, Jerry Boyle just joined. Jerry Boyle just joined on Facebook. Jerry, answer your phone. We are calling you.
No way. Hold on. I'm gonna call him back. He just watched.
Yeah, he's there now. He's. It says
Maybe it was a mistake. He probably was like, "Oh shit, I better get out of here."
Isn't it great that we have this whole podcast dedicated to Jerry right now?
he should be privileged. You're gonna have to talk, yeah.
Hello. Jerry.
Oh, he's not gonna answer. How do you not answer?
People's a day, bitch.
Jerry, if you're watching, answer your phone.
I think he just got sidebarred.
All right. Well, we can't waste any more of our valuable time. I want to thank our sponsor, Verizon. Verizon.
Call the bullpen.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay.
We
All right,
derailed.
sports. What were we doing sports-wise?
What else for the NHL? Anybody have any take that we haven't mentioned?
I would just like to say that as a fan of teams that usually suck, in football, I usually wind up rooting against the Patriots or rooting against the Red Sox or things of that nature. I'm actually very happy to find myself rooting for the Predators, not just against the Penguins, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for nothing. Let's talk about one more thing in the combine. So the scouting combine was last weekend, and there is a prospect who's in the top 5 potential projected picks. He couldn't even do one fucking pull-up.
Oh, that's bad.
How embarrassing is that?
Where's he from?
But how old is he?
I don't know. He's probably 15. I'm just like couldn't do one. And
He's
it's
in
funny
Nick's
to me,
wheelhouse.
The top prospects. The top prospects only did 13 and 11. Now, to be fair, I can only do like 2, barely.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
But these guys are athletes, and one guy who's going to be a top 10 draft pick in the NHL can't even do a fucking pull up. Come on, man.
You could do 2, but that guy that's the top prospect weighs about the same as your right leg.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not offended by that.
You shouldn't be. That's my point. They're babies, right? I mean, how old are these kids? They're 18, 17?
Yeah, I mean,
how do pull-ups translate to being skilled on the ice?
that's a great question. I have no idea. How does riding the bike
it's
super
like the-
fast for 30 seconds or whatever make? I have no idea. Endurance?
I think what happens is when they sat down and do these combines, literally it was like 5 guys like us, like, all right, well, so what stupid shit can we make these guys do? There's no impact. So we can just laugh about that they can't do it. Like, oh, pull-ups, yeah,
Arbitrary strength.
Like I'm surprised they don't have like a pegboard from like your elementary school gym.
Yeah, you got to run the mile. It's the physical fit. You get a piece of paper that says congratulations.
Just running like suicides on a basketball court. Like, we don't even play basketball. Doesn't matter.
The top 5 prospects all have to swing from one rope onto a freaking milk crate and figure out how to bunch of idiots.
Nick, was that for real?
Yeah, I'm falling asleep here. You guys are putting me to sleep.
Nick's tired. Nick, you don't have any opinion on the actual combine, the NHL combine?
No, I don't think so. No.
Who cares?
It's time. It's back, baby.
It is? I thought we weren't. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Come on. Hang on.
That giggle gets me every time.
It's who cares time.
Because you like little boys. Anyway, who cares? Eric Mangini hopes one day to mend fences with Bill Belichick. It's never supposed to go that way, he said. It was more about, hey, don't do this here. It wasn't about reporting it. Sometimes things get out of hand and get rolling in one direction. It was never, ever supposed to go that way.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, I guess there's in bold and angry.
Well, who put this?
Angry print here. You come at the king. You don't mess with Mangini. You miss what? You come at the king. You best not miss Mangini. You miserable FUCK.
Yeah. That's impressive, Brett.
Oh God, Nick. Calm down.
A new one to put in here. It just came on my phone.
What do you?
Rex and
You just
Rob
came
Ryan.
on your phone?
Rex and Rob Ryan, they're accused of assault in that police report from Nashville bar fight. Did you guys see that video?
No.
They were fighting some guy in like a bar. They just got accused of assault. So that should be interesting.
It doesn't. If they were fighting some guy at a bar, it doesn't sound like they were accused of it. It sounds like they actually were guilty of it.
They weren't fighting.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
They were being the stupid.
No, these
Some drunk guy was probably like, "You guys suck." And
Yeah.
They're like, I bet you can't do a pull-up.
I can do 2. So here's the legitimate question, right? So one of us is an NFL head coach, and we hire the other, right? So let's say Brett's the NFL head coach, and he hires Yampo.
I'm so excited to get to play Belichick in this scenario.
Yampo works for him for a couple of years, right? They're tight. Yampo even names one of his kids' middle names after Brett, right? You got Aloysius Brett Yampolsky. It's crazy. And then out of nowhere, Yampo takes a job at the bitter rival, right? Much to Brett's, against Brett's advice. Right? Brett's like, listen, you don't want to go work for that organization. They're a bunch of clown shoes.
Or do what I did, Dave. Just try and go work for him and then quit immediately.
Right.
And then come back.
It's good. And write it on a napkin. It'll be even better. Like Bill Bell, he abbreviated things like LOL before LOL was digital, right? So then Yampo goes over to this organization and he knows all the tricks that Brett's been doing. He knows that he's a cheating, lying scumbag piece of crap. And he says, hey, listen, I do all this stuff, but when you're in my house, don't do it. And Brett being, the consummate winner that he is, he's like, I don't give a damn what this guy said. I made this guy. I'm gonna do what I want. Whatever, I do what I want. And then Dave's like, listen, I told you not to, silly man. And he reports him. And then the fallout happens. Do you think there's any way that they can possibly repair this fractured relationship?
You forgot the end of the story, though, Jeff. The end of the story is Brett goes on to be the greatest head coach of all time, and disappears into obscurity. And nobody cares about him.
Cares. When does Yampo end up on The Sopranos?
Yampo.
And then Brett flips it back and says, "Yeah, you know what? Yampo, I was doing that, but you were fixing games your entire coaching career."
What do you think about that?
Yeah, but Yempo lands a great gig on NFL Live on Thursday afternoons.
First of all,
right.
First of all, if this was Yampo, he would be fit for NFL Live. But Eric Mangini has the personality of a wet towel. Like, I don't know who ESPN is hiring. They're hiring like Chip Kelly. Like the hires that they've made.
Why?
Yeah, they're not good on TV.
Oh my God, they're awful.
There's so many guys who
Can't
are
wait
better
till
than
Lane Kiffin's on there.
Like as great
he's
as
definitely going to be.
We talked about this before, but as great as Jerry Rice is, obviously the greatest receiver of all time, he is awful on TV. He's awful.
Yeah. I read today that Netflix is going to overtake ESPN in 2018 with the biggest budget in television. That's pretty crazy, and considering all the crappy talent ESPN has.
Yeah, except for that
thrown their money behind.
Netflix makes money because anybody that is going to Netflix chooses to go there. You know,
because no one wants to ESPN and chill. Everyone wants to Netflix and chill.
Good point.
Hey,
So
preach.
bottom line is,
Who cares?
this one I loved. I love this.
So read it then, stupid.
Derek Fisher flips his car in what is an apparent DUI, which in my opinion puts an exclamation point on his coaching career. Good thing the Knicks are still paying him.
You know, I got to figure out how I can leave other jobs and still get paid by these other employers. It's like what everybody does in sports. I got to have attorneys writing my contract clause when I sign a new deal.
You need guaranteed contracts.
Well, your non-legal feeble little mind can't really figure out how to put this all together.
Is that what it is from the guy who drives an hour north to work in fucking Madison, New Jersey every day? Stupid.
That's right. Beautiful place.
Very bougie up there.
With my hybrid vehicle, saving the planet.
Oh my God. We would never be friends if I never met you through Brett.
It's safe to say
You
that.
say up there like you don't live 5 minutes away from Madison.
Who?
Nick. He's like, it's very bougie up there. You're 10 minutes away.
You're
It's a very different area.
You invented bougie.
They're scumbags.
I got news for you. Irvington's 10 minutes away from there too. It doesn't. It's the same place.
Yeah, 10 minutes either way is very different.
I love this one. I didn't download the drop for it though, but Yampo.
Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party.
All right, stop. We only have 8 seconds before we have to pay copyright laws.
Good point. It was such a good cover.
Did I kind of make like a JR face too when I did it?
A little bit.
All right. Apparently Hank Williams Jr.'s iconic song is coming back. It was pulled in 2011. It's coming back. Following controversial. Yeah, we know why it got pulled.
He's like one of those like Duck Dynasty guys.
You know, why are they bringing this back? I mean, what even is?
They're trying to spice it up a little.
That's how they're trying to spice it up.
People get paid to come up with this shit. Someone's sitting in a room getting paid like $200,000 a year, and they're like, I got a great idea, guys. Why don't we just bring back Hank Williams Jr. theme song? And everyone's like, holy shit, dude. What a fucking idea. I hate life.
And then they do it. And then they do it. I mean and that's what happens. And then they do it.
Who's calling Monday Night Games now?
I think it's Hank Williams Jr. and Barry Rice and Eric.
Eric Mangini.
So last year it was Tirico had left
No,
already.
it's the
last
bald
year, right?
guy. Sean McDermott. No, what the hell is
Sean
Farrell.
the bald guy. Sean Farrell and John Gruden.
Is Gruden still doing it?
Yeah, he is.
Johnny DeWhite, man, and Sean Farrell in the booth this coming fall. Are you ready for some football?
I'm really ready to hear like the other knuckleheads. I can't wait to watch, fucking Romo and
Jim Nance.
Cutler.
Oh my God.
I'm not convinced that Romo's gonna step foot in the booth.
Why?
I think so.
I think somebody's going to go down in preseason, and Romo's going to get cold feet for going in the booth, and he's going to sign a deal with somebody else because the Cowboys finally released him, so he's off the book.
All right, you're a team. It's the preseason, and your guy goes down.
Yeah.
Now your choice is between Tony Romo and Colin Kaepernick.
Who am I? What team am I?
A team that needs a quarterback. Let's
Yeah, but are they in win now mode?
That's different because if it's not a team that can win the title, Romo's not coming.
It's funny that you guys think Romo can win a title, but
with Houston, I think
I don't. But he's not going to come back to a team that he's not going to come back to.
All right, so you're saying it's on Romo. So it's on so if a shit team, if the Browns come,
yeah, he's not going to come back.
Like,
no,
absolutely not.
But if Russell Wilson goes down in the preseason, tears his ACL, can't play a single game.
Okay,
then your conversation about Kaepernick or Romo is a legitimate one.
I think you call Cutler.
Ooh, yeah, or Jay
Did
Cutler.
you hear what Pete Carroll said about Kaepernick? He visited the team, and then they didn't sign him, and Pete Carroll said, "Well, he's too good to sign as a backup, so we just passed on him." What does that mean?
That sounds about right. Because he's got so many offers right now.
He's too good. What does that mean?
Whatever. I didn't mean to do that. Let's try this one.
Who cares?
We got one more because we already went over the Listerine gate from PK Subban. Who put this one on there? Brett, was this?
I did. Yeah.
Take this one because I hate this one.
I said that Las Vegas odds makers favor the 2017 Warriors over the 72-10 1996 Chicago Bulls. My question was, we talk about this a lot all the time on the show in different sports. Well, what do you think about the 62 Celtics versus them? It's like, dude, we can't compare that. It doesn't matter. So we can argue different eras, different rules, but I want to know from you guys, I'm surprised there wasn't conversation about the 2016 Warriors versus the 96 Bulls. So now they got the 2017 Warriors. Who do you guys have? Who's better?
Crickets.
Who cares?
I've never watched the Bulls, so I'm pretty biased. I wouldn't even be able to comment on this.
You were born what, in 97?
94.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you were 3. So
Jesus, you were 2 years.
I'm not going to comment on this. People always ask about MJ and LeBron, like that comparison, but I've never really watched MJ in his prime, so it's hard for me to say.
All right, well, I did. So let's do the matchups right now, right? You got Pippen matches up immediately with Durant.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I think so. That's
defensively. Scottie Pippen is one of the top 10 maybe top 15 defenders of all time. 100%. 100%. He's the guy that they put under it. Whether I'm not saying he shuts him down, but he matches up on Durant.
Yeah, if I'm coaching those Bulls, I'm putting Pippen under it. No doubt.
You got Rodman. First of all, Rodman and Draymond Green would get in some sort of fight, or they'd be out like in a cross-dressing bar at night sometime, and they wouldn't show up to the game.
That matchup possibly excites me more than any other matchup between.
I totally agree. Nice. The NBA.
No, it's just round ball rock.
And then you've got Jordan's going to match up with Curry, right? So you've got Klay Thompson right now.
Schooling Tony Kukoc.
that Ron Harper would guard.
Yeah.
Who's got Horace Grant?
Well, he wasn't on the 96 Bulls.
He wasn't?
No. But Ron Harper would have been the other guard that would have to guard Klay.
Yeah.
And then you've got Kukoc on the floor that nobody is left to match up with. It'd be a great series. It really would. But I would take the Bulls. 100% I would take the Bulls.
Yes! I think here's why I take the Warriors. And I believe me, I'm not disrespecting the 96 Bulls. I take the Warriors because of their better shooting ability. Like these 96 Bulls are trained to like shoot layups, like get the ball to the basket and get 2-pointers. The 2017 Warriors are trained to Steph Curry takes one step over half court, pops it, and nails it.
Are they trained to do that? No, it's just a bunch of selfish pricks playing individual basketball.
Okay. or they're the NBA champions, whatever.
Right.
Right.
Or they're
But yeah, it's a great series, no doubt. And those two teams, I wish there was a way in my life I could see that happen.
You can play it on a video game.
How does Luke Longley fit into the equation?
You want my honest answer?
No.
I think.
Who cares?
I think Luke Longley does exactly what I was saying that Cleveland should do right now. I think he's the cog in the middle that would actually slow the whole thing down. And they can go inside out.
You answered that way too seriously for me.
Well, I'm serious because that was the style of play then. So like, that's the only way you're going to beat this Warriors team is if you change the flow and the style of the game. And I think.
Yeah, but you
so
guys
what happens with Steve Kerr?
You're missing the biggest question. Does he play or does he coach?
Does he coach? Well, Steve Kerr doesn't coach the 2017 Warriors. So let's put
Mike Brown certainly doesn't.
Let's put him on the 96 Bulls.
But you know what would happen is it's really simple. Is Steve Kerr would be coaching, and the Zen master in his prime, like in the middle of a timeout, would go, Kerr, check in. So then he's in the middle of giving instructions to his team, and he'd have to walk away from his team, tear off his suit, and have the Bulls uniform on and check in so that they would just, every bit of coaching that he would have to do would be lost. Mind games, right? And then he'd give them
so zen. That's so zen.
A book to read that nobody would read, and they'd go smoke peyote. Yuck. Yuck.
How many free throw attempts do you think Michael Jordan had in that playoff run?
I don't. In what playoff run?
In the 95, 96.
The one that we're fucking talking about, stupid.
Give me a year, dumbass.
95, 96.
I don't know. I'm sure I could look it up. It would take me like a minute.
How many games? You have that available?
Well, how many games they played? They that was when it was 5 in the first round. They swept. Then they beat the Knicks 4-1. Right? So that's
they're like you're really looking at it.
And then they swept Orlando. So 11 games, and then 4-2 against the Sonics. So what's that? 17 games.
I would say 17 games.
220.
Jordan shot 170 free throws.
Pretty close. 187. Okay. It seemed like a lot when I looked at it. That's why I'm asking. It seems like a lot.
That was a 100% my Mike Francesa moment, by the way. I was like,
I would say you look at the league, 170. Yes, okay.
That was not bad. That was pretty close.
That was good. Some interesting stat. The names on this playoff run is pretty interesting.
For the Bulls?
Detlef Schrempf is on here. No, Detlef Schrempf. I forgot about the Seattle Supersonics and their terrible unis. Sean Kemp's 42 kids.
I know, it's funny that you look at it. I was like, wow, the Bulls beat the Sonics in 96?
Yeah, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
What about the Kevin Durant 2014 Oklahoma Thunder against the 1996 Seattle Supersonics? Who cares?
All right, last licks, Yampa. This one's for you. Go green.
Go white.
How about
go to jail?
Signed arrest warrants for Michigan State football players. Josh King, Donnie Corley, and Demetric Vance.
Actually, you said that wrong. It's Demetric.
I'm sorry. It's Palake. Palake on Tuesday, one day after the county prosecutor announced plans to charge them with sexual assault. Go green.
Here, aside from this, listen, I don't understand how guys, I just don't get it. How does this still happen in this day and age? What's wrong with people?
Entitled. They feel entitled.
Okay. We can't talk about that on this show.
Okay. I think we can.
We're not going to, because I'll say something.
That's different, but we can.
Well, I'll say something I'll regret is really the bottom line. I just don't understand how in this day and age that shit still goes on. Anyway.
You don't understand how the guy makes the decision to do it? Is that what you're getting?
There's a lot of things I don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand.
Jeff, I love you quietly creeping around.
Yeah.
Just prodding him just a little.
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
Come on, man. You gonna say something?
Don't poke the bear.
What do you think? What do you think?
Because it's ridiculous. It's like I don't understand how people commit heinous crimes. Like people kill people.
All right. If you're a football player, if you're playing
This is clearly a fictional event, but go ahead.
No, if you're if you're a D1 player,
oh my god,
at school,
so much more fictional.
Okay, I'm done. We're done here.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Seriously.
No, it's fine because I'm going to bury myself in this. I'm going to regret it, so I'm not going to say anything.
No, I won't. I won't let you get there. I'm serious.
I just don't understand how these guys feel the need to force themselves on a woman. First of all, at all, but secondly, because don't you think back when we were in high school and you were a football player, none of us were the stud football player, but
yeah, okay,
kind of had your pick of the litter a little bit, if you will. Maybe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, Nicky. I was watching some highlights.
Yeah, Nick, we saw some highlights of yours.
Oh yeah,
fucking suspect.
Hold on.
Pick of the litter, absolutely.
I think that D-back fell down.
I don't know.
Why- how do these guys-
The double pass gets them all the
Yeah,
time.
the girls don't know that they fell down.
Nick, you played how many years of varsity football?
3.
3 years. What was the combined record of the varsity team in those 3 years?
4 and 26.
So I don't think he was rolling in the chip.
Oh my God, you guys stink on ice.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, well.
No, but to answer your question without letting you get in trouble, Yampo, I think it's the same thing from all these stupid NBA guys that go to all the clubs and get in trouble there. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you like? So these moron college kids, in addition to committing a crime, like they don't feel confident enough to go out and actually, pick up a girl without forcing themselves on them. And these other idiot NBA players go out to a strip club and end up getting robbed. Like, be a man. just be a man and approach people the right way.
Or just fucking stay at home and hang out with your boys.
What was this on a Saturday? I don't know. I don't know the date.
Saturdays are for the boys.
Whatever. Paulie, this one's for you. The Jets announced today that they are cutting David Harris. They made that announcement while the guy was still in the practice field because, hey, classy.
He's doing his wind sprints. They announced it.
He's the longest tenured Jet, and the lone Eric Mangini, who's gotten a lot of love on this podcast tonight, picked the meeting. They also announced that they're going to cut Eric Decker and Leonard.
Are you surprised by that?
And Darren Lee are under investigation.
I'm surprised they're doing this in June.
What are they doing? Why are they trying to clear cap space now?
You want the honest answer?
Because they're fucking joke of a franchise.
Well, that's part of it.
Or they wanted to sell. They wanted to sell their season tickets beforehand.
We just had to make our money our deposit on the season ticket.
How do you they?
When did you do that? When did you do that?
Well, the season ticket holders have options. Like they have payment.
Not really. You have to go see that shit team.
We have options. Yeah.
No, like you can pay up front or you can pay in installments. And so this is like right after like 3/4 of the installments are made. So nobody's gonna bail on the last.
So you are a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Paul, are you?
Thank God, no.
You don't want to ask Brett? I mean, Brett's clearly
Brett, are you?
a huge chef.
Yes, yes. Jeff, they kicked you in the dick. Like
I totally disagree. This is the first good thing they've done in years.
No. If you're saying that the reason why they held off is because they wanted they dangling the carrot there of still players on the team for you guys to incentivize you guys to make payments, and then after you make payments, they yank those names off the team, then that is kicking you in the dick.
Yeah, but this isn't Eric Decker of just coming out of Broncos fame. This is Eric Decker.
Totally true. Totally true.
There's nothing about Eric Decker,
except for his wife,
or David Harris, who I love, that was gonna get me more excited to go to these football games this year than with the team without them on it. It's just it. But I'm not the reason that they hold off, because they're gonna get my money. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pay for it.
That's fair, but I don't understand the logic of making these guys go through OTAs and practice in the offseason with the team and then cutting them in June. That makes no sense.
Unless there's something going on that we don't know, unless it's just such a foregone conclusion that Decker's a shell of himself and he's not going to be able to participate in something down the line, then fine. But otherwise, he should absolutely be in fucking training camp. I mean,
they'll both be. They'll either be a Patriot or a Dolphin next year. And
Decker's going to just torch.
Decker's a Patriot.
Decker fits the profile.
He's white. He's a little too tall, though.
That's exactly right. He's white and he's a receiver.
He's a body.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they line up with Amendola, Edelman,
and Decker,
and Hogan, Chris Hogan,
and Gronk, and Gronk. Yeah, and look, I might just be a Patriots fan next year. It's like tremendous.
Well, you can wear some of Brett's shirts. They're a little stained under the armpits. But
they're a little snug for me. He likes his shirts in a schmedium. I'm more of a, hey, I'm an extra large. Get a fucking extra large.
Action.
Dave.
Whatever. So that's all I've got on my list. Do we want to wrap it up? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I know you want to wrap it up. You're done with me yelling at everybody.
I'm not. That's my favorite
No,
part.
early reports. I've done some test
test
markets. Early reports: Yampo's receiving positive feedback tonight from the show. Did a great
who?
job. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's test markets. It's test markets, so you don't need to know.
Okay,
China? Is it Russia calling in?
China.
Not so fast, Pat Sajak. God, I love that sound bit. Not so fast, Pat Sajak.
There you go, Brody Bruce. What do you got, Diampo? Close us out.
What do I got? I don't know. Is there anything exciting? What was that MMA guy who got arrested and going to jail forever?
Oh, War Machine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. His name's War Machine. Sure.
It actually is. I think he legally changed it to War.
He's not a complete fucking animal.
Yeah. Again, piece of trash. Can't keep his hands off of women. So go ahead, have fun, go to jail.
What do you think about the Yankees Sox rivalry? You think we can get that renewed?
Yeah, I think it's actually on its way big time to getting it renewed.
Not when you have CC Sabathia having a charity event with David Ortiz.
I think David Ortiz doesn't play on the Red Sox anymore.
Yeah, but there was like 5 Red Sox players at his charity event. Their relationship has gotten very, very touchy-feely.
You're 100% right about that. I've talked about it on the show before. It's a different day and age. These guys go out to dinner together at the end. But in terms of what the Yankees Red Sox, they're gonna feud. They're the 2 best teams in the AL East.
I want Gary Sanchez to like punch Hanley Ramirez right in his face.
That would be fun. It'd be better than A-Rod bitch slapping a ball.
Yeah.
So,
he didn't bitch slap. He went after Veritek.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but that was like he turned away and slapped.
It all went south when Johnny Damon joined the Yankees.
It all went south when Wade Boggs joined the Yankees.
No, not really, because Boston hadn't really beaten
Roger Clemens. He's in George Steinbrenner's box.
Thank you, Susan.
Goodness gracious.
God, is she just is she miserable?
That was on my box.
Oh my God. No, but didn't it really all kind of turned after they beat the Yankees and then Damon came over and it was like, we're all buddies.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
Okay, fine. Fuck off.
No, I agree with you though. I agree.
No, you don't. Don't just fucking agree with me to agree with me.
I'm not.
I think Boston fans even like Aaron Judge right now, so it doesn't work anymore.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
What?
How could you not like Aaron Judge?
What? I don't understand what's happening.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
Okay. Well, in other news, fucking College World Series, Jack.
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
All right.
I go all night. Go all night.
Should we call Jerry one more time?
He's definitely sleeping. He has 2 kids. It's 9:15 at night. Please let him go.
Icky, what do you got?
2 words. Gleyber Torres. Chase Headley sucks. It's time for a new bat in there.
Good point.
Who the fuck is Jay Bruce?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Jay Bruce?
Paul.
Albert Pujols hit his 600th home run, and no one gives a fuck.
If that was the headline of the LA Times, I would have should have.
That's legitimately an Onion headline. Like, why was that not an Onion headline?
I mean, it's a
West Coast bias.
It's a crazy accomplishment, and
it is. It is.
It's not. We didn't
And a
talk
grand
about
slam, the only one grand slam.
They're saying like he might be the best right-handed hitter of all time, and like no one even talked about it.
No,
He's
that's
definitely in the conversation for our generation.
Oh, he's
Best right-handed hitter.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
What about Skittles?
Whatever, yeah, Paul.
What about Beast Mode? I'll wait till your fat finger is off the fucking trigger.
What happened?
What about Beast Mode deciding he wanted to go to the Raiders after they were moving to Vegas?
He just wants to bet on games.
Whatever. Let's table.
Can't say it. Can't say it on the air.
Can't say what on the air. Okay.
Nick. Not so fast, Pat Sajak.
Thanks for checking in this week. Catch us on all social media by searching Turn 2 Podcast. Our Snapchat is
lit.
So you can find us there. Share away. We want to thank OH
IO
for all the love this week in Illinois checking in too. Utah rocking strong. You would clearly love our old school jazz talk. We threw a little Darren Williams in there for you this week, so we'll continue to rock those.
What about our sponsor?
I wouldn't call that Darren Williams talk. I would call that bashing.
Yeah. Our sponsors, what were they? Pampers, Verizon,
Yeah. What's there?
And stamps.com.
Stamps.com and also
MeUndies.
Yeah, we forgot about.
Graco, creators of the Pack and Play.
Yep, that's important. And Fisher Price.
Yep.
Yeah. So until next time, we're going to take you out with a phone call one last time to our beloved G-Bo.
Oh, Jerry Boyle. 80 pills a day, bitch. I ain't bullshitting. I don't think he'll pick up this time.
I don't think so either.
Third time's a charm.
If he picks up, you got to bat him.
This guy has nothing better to do than answer phone calls from you.
Shut up, Nick. Well. Looks like Jerry's just...
Thanks, folks.
Desperandum, dear lady, across the desert lies the promised land. Goodbye, Mrs. Gloop. You, auf Wiedersehen, Gesundheit, farewell.